Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Yes, indeed. Icon living. Man, we got one of our friends of the show. He's family, Heather B.
Family.
You know it's family when you sit down and break bread together at a dinner table.
That's a fact.
And communicate about life and career. He's not a stranger here. He's been up here. He's done spit bars. He done spit flames here. But to me, most importantly, this dude is what he represents. He's a symbol of resilience, and autonomy, which I really appreciate about him. He's been an independent artist that's had to navigate his way through this business. He caught the attention of a lot of heavyweights in the past, but now he's an independent artist. He's a CEO. He's put out easily, let's say, 15? How many projects?
Maybe more than that.
Maybe like 20-something? What?
Yeah, but dope ones, I don't know. I'll probably leave it at 10.
10 dope ones.
Yeah.
Out of the 20 he put out, 10 dope ones. The last one was the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah.
Prior to that was After the Heartbreak.
Yeah.
And then something interesting happened with that project we'll talk about momentarily. The one and only Cy Irie is here, man.
Hey.
What's going on?
What up, bro?
Cy Irie.
What up? See how you?
What have you been up to, man? Look like you grew a few inches taller since I saw you last.
Posture a little bit better. Tim's. He's like a new brand of Tim's with the zip in the middle.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you see the ones where you ain't got to lace it up and all that, so the heel is a little thicker, I think.
So your posture got better. What you doing? Were you stretching down in the mornings? Or?
I've been slouching, like sitting back. My back started hurting, like, you know what I'm saying? Once you hit 30, it's like you get a little, you got to start stretching before you work out instead of just going out there doing what you want to do.
Yeah. Tune up.
Yeah, the doctor made me get like a little like a medicine ball or something to help me sit up a little straighter. It ain't perfect, but it's way better than what it was.
So you don't sit in chairs with backs on it no more?
Nah, I do, but when I record myself. So
Okay.
It's like I was on, that's how I record, sitting down. I don't like booths.
Okay,
So
you don't like booths.
Yeah, I sit down and rap now. My breath is better when I rap. Yeah.
Sit down and rap.
Certain songs is really good. You can hear the tone difference too, like when people standing always in the microphone versus sitting down and recording. To me, those songs always sound a lot more intimate.
Yeah, I remember Commissioner Gordon was sharing with me when they were doing the miseducation of Lauryn Hill that she was pregnant while doing it.
She was sitting down.
Yeah, well, he told me what he demonstrated, she was laying down on her back
and
singing, I want to say Zion.
Yeah. Wow.
And
that's crazy.
and did it to your point, for the effect. I've always, when I was spitting my flames.
Right.
Back
in the day.
Back in the day, man. I used to jog while I rapped.
No footage of that, though, son.
Nobody got that somewhere.
I believe you.
You don't believe me?
It's hard to rap and run.
I know.
Very hard.
But I was hard.
It's
kid.
very hard to do that.
You done that before?
I've tried. When I run, I listen to rap, and I like Big Pun and Big L are they help me, like, I could do anything as long as their music is playing. And as I'm rapping along, I'm running out of breath trying to keep up with Pun and L. So it's like, it shows how hard it is to rap while you're running.
Yeah, does that influence what you rap about, or at least your approach to it?
When I was a kid, I used to try to rap about what they rapped about. Clearly, I was lying.
Okay.
I've been stopped doing that. But I started with them. I started with Wu-Tang, Big L, Eminem, Big Pun, DMX, The Lox.
Okay.
Those were the first people even though Biggie and Pop was doing their thing, I didn't understand them yet. I just was, right when I started rapping, that's who I was listening to. So for some reason, like Capital Punishment, Pun, like, I don't know what it does.
You don't know what it does?
I don't know. Something about it, like no skipping. Even the skit with Funk Flex, where they're just joking around, like, it's just the energy of it. I don't know. Maybe at the time of what I was going through back then, kind of is still in me or something. I don't know.
Okay, Cy Irie is here. I want to talk about Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to talk about After the Heartbreak first. This one was interesting because you released this project.
Yeah,
and then you were forced to take the music down. And I know you sent out a tweet about it. And you said, I apologize to everyone who supported me. All I ever did was give my best, help others, and do good business. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
What did you figure out? What happened?
Long story short, I did the deal with Cash Money.
Okay.
And from there, I was under them for probably, I'm thinking about, I would say a year, right?
Yeah, you celebrated with us here. We
talked
about it.
Yeah, it was good. So I went over there with my 4 producers. They got their pub deals over there. Everything was good. The momentum was good. What happened was they were going through a lot of stuff on their own. Like, me and Bird really never had any type of beef or back and forth. Because you find out in the game, like, you see when it first start, everything be, it look good, right? It's all shining, glistening. Then when it start going bad, you notice the artists always start backlashing and talking crazy
about the CEO of the label.
But yeah, what I did, what the difference between me was, I had a conversation with him like a man behind closed doors, without the cameras, without the jokes, without the extra. And I talked to my lawyer, and I was just like, yo, I think we need to go before it drags out too long. We need to figure it out. And Bird was like, all right, well, let the lawyers figure out what it's going to take financially.
What did you say to him? Like, hey, man.
I just
like
was like,
verbatim. Like, what did you?
At first, I hinted it to him one time. And he was just like, nah, you know, nephew, we're going to work it out, man. You know, I'm with you to the end. And then I did it again through my lawyer.
Oh.
Then, yeah.
Were you nervous with that way?
Nah, hell no. Because one thing I think Bird respected about me was I always held my own. Like, I came into that situation like a lot of people don't realize, like, I had my I-8 before I did my deal. You know what I'm saying? Or like everything that I was doing, I had my sprint and everything before I did my deal. So, because Money Man signed when I signed, we kind of walked in together. And he got out of his deal before me, even though I cranked everything, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, it was never about it. It was just about what we was trying to do. Because right before I asked to get out, I was on a sold out tour with Black and Sabrina Claudio.
Yeah.
We did that tour, and then
remember that? Black
Beautiful
came up
tour.
there.
it was dope. It was really sold out for real. It was like super dope crowd. And then I didn't have any support with that tour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
From Cash Money.
I mean, I had to fund it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had, which is, it's not a problem with me. Like, I don't really, I'll pop the question to team up, but if it don't happen, then I go for it. You know. So from there, I pretty much was like, yo, I think I could do this, like, you know, without the extra, and it was a lot of stuff between it. Had nothing to do with them as well. You know. So like I said, it was just conversations we had, and it once the lawyers worked it out, and that's what happened. I just had to pay what I had to pay.
I still want to hear the dialogue a little bit, because you don't hear from the baby side always. To your point, you only hear the artist, you know, perspective on it. You go to him and say, hey, things don't feel how I expected them to be.
Right.
I want to move on, move forward. He says,
let's be specific.
I'm
going to show you.
Okay, cool.
So, even after, like, we spoke, you know what I'm saying? Even after I did what I had to do, like, I'm going to show you a DM, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
But it's like...
Cyree is here. He got emancipation.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it no cap. Like,
okay.
Like, even after this, April 14th, after I made my payment and all that, this is what I said to him. Look what he's still responding. We talk.
Okay, you mind if I read it?
I don't care.
Okay, big homie, I just wanted to reach out to you and personally say I appreciate you even allowing me to be in a position to put my music out regardless of what didn't work out. God bless, and hope all is well with you and yours. Thanks for everything, Bird. I mean that 100. Stay up, G. I'll see you around. He put facts. I'm here if you ever need me, anything from me, nephew.
Right.
And then you put no doubt, G.
Right.
Man, that says a lot right there, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was an IG DM?
That was just a
Yeah,
real,
let's not do the alleged stuff. Let's just
okay,
give you,
yeah,
like,
that's the facts. Those are the facts.
That's just what
we
it
got
is.
the facts right there.
Yeah, because I wanted to, when I was in the heat of the moment of saying I want out, I try to stay as poised, as Kawhi-Leonard as possible.
Okay.
Because I'm not with all the internet
you didn't
stuff.
want to be a
I'm not with the games. I'm not with the I'm not with all that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're around so many, like, I got people that's wild and he got people that's, so it's like it is no need for, I'm really outside. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not into all that. I want to go to Miami. I'm going to be at Hit Factory. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was with Bird and I seen him and I seen Wayne wilding on the internet one day. And then I walked outside of Hit Factory. Me and Bird was outside, and Wayne was literally like at the end of the parking lot, standing outside by his I don't know, it was a Wraith or whatever. And I was just like, it was weird for me.
But they didn't communicate in that moment.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I stay out of what's not my business, not my business. But I was just like, damn, I couldn't see myself like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself doing nothing like that. I'm like, I feel like we could just have a conversation and figure it out.
They figured it out. Cyree the Kid, ladies and gentlemen. And so now all that music is back up.
Yeah, I dropped four projects under when I was under that. I put them all back up, and then I re-released After the Heartbreak. It's still charting on Apple Music. I got all the way to 11 on the R&B charts.
That's what's up.
You know,
Independent.
And everybody know me for rapping, so it's like it's crazy. But like that tour really helped too. But I mean, I could have got on that tour or any other R&B tour like that for real with the way my fan base is lined up.
Okay.
With the females.
All right.
I think it's really useful. That part.
With the females.
Nah, it's just about being in the lane in your own. Like I talk about it in the sense of like you don't really know many who've been on the stage of battling or done freestyles and ciphers and come in here and rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And then then go on an R&B tour. Like they'll try to girl music, but not a full R&B album.
Yeah.
Where like you're playlisting and you know what I'm saying, like shout out to Lady James over there at Spotify, like put me on one of the top R&B playlists. Like you don't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
So that was like one of my goals to kind of set myself in that lane to be able to peak at those different type of lanes.
That's interesting because after the heartbreak, we was listening to it, and when we first heard it, we was like, this dude has literally just kind of transformed his whole style.
Yeah, evolved for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm wondering, thank you for sharing like all of this insider insight because we have so many different artists who listen. Back to when you said that you funded your side of the tour when you were with Sabrina and where you were with Black. How much was that? And can you talk about like a little bit of where that money goes towards when it comes to your tour?
All right, tour is expensive.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
can
hard.
imagine.
It's hard, like especially when you sit it. First of all, I was on the tour bus,
Okay.
so had to pay for that.
How much is that about?
A lot. A lot. Gas.
6 figures?
The bus, gas, the driver.
Insurance.
Keep in mind, I technically was I don't want to say open the act, but I had to come out first, right? So each city, even though you got a tour bus, you got a shower and stuff like that. So, you know, we did it the gangster way. I got one room every city, and I made an example for my team was I always let them get the room. I'll shower, but I'll sleep on the bus. To make an example, because I'd be damned if I'm up there sleeping comfortable and my drummer and my security guard and my camera dude is all the way outside, right?
Wow.
So we did that. So I kept that. But even getting one hotel room each city is a lot. Outfits. Some days, like the major cities, I got as fly as I could. You know, small cities, you know, I just wore the merch. I wore his merch, my merch, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to figure that out. You know, the eating, the per diem, Jesus, bro, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole, and then one of the cities, the bus broke down, like it was like a snowstorm going to like, I think after we left, I don't know if it was Denver, one of them cities. It was a crazy snowstorm. So the bus wasn't starting and then it was like cold outside. It was crazy. We left the bus. My old manager had to go fix it, so I went and got a rental, drove the rental to the next city, I think it was Utah, something like that.
Wow.
Drove the rental to Utah, then the bus met us back there, I turned the rental back in. I had to do all that.
See, these are the details we never hear about.
Yeah. So
Wow.
tour is merch, you know what I'm saying? Tour is extremely expensive. And then, you know, you're doing stuff for the fan. I did a lot. I did my meet and greet separate because I wasn't able to get my bread from the meet and greet because they already had the tour kind of lined up before I got added. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up doing my meet and greet after the show in the front. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing different now. I gave away a lot of stuff. So I was doing things like letting fans come on the bus. Just different stuff. It just costs. You could spend I think I spent a little about around $40,000.
How many dates?
I didn't finish. I stopped right before we came to New York.
How long did you last? Like in terms of 6 weeks to 8 weeks?
I think it was about 6 weeks.
About 6
weeks. I went from like the 1st of October all the way to like I think the middle of November. Something
Did you
like that.
profit?
What, money?
Yeah.
Later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Explain that.
I stream high.
Okay.
My streaming numbers is crazy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that shit.
It comes later. I wasn't really worried about that at all.
Yeah.
Because even the fans that didn't know me, like I had a lot of people saying like how good I did on my show.
Uh-huh.
Plus I knew that Black and Sabrina, like they're more reserved. You know what I'm saying? They're more like, you know, calm and chill. I was jumping in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I was jumping out, mosh pitting and doing all that.
What were you going through when you made this album after the heartbreak? Because when you listen to it and you see titles like Blocked Again and Anti-Friend Zone 2 and Cold Feet and No Relationship Advice, Why Am I Single, Why Am I Waiting? What happened at that time in your life?
Even on the album, so it's like it ain't just me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I absorb, like my mom taught me something very early with females because I was able to be around all the girls that I liked at an early age.
Uh-huh.
You know, elementary school, middle school. I had a lot of quote unquote cool friends who played basketball, could fight, whatever, right? So from there, my mom was she was close to my friends, so she was always like, you know, y'all got a lot of, we got a lot of game and we got a lot of like talk, and it was like she kind of taught me how to, and my sister as well, to listen to women, because sometimes as men we kind of like we so busy trying to counter what she's saying to have something for it, we ain't really just listening, and I started to do that a little bit.
Okay.
Like DJ Duffy had posted something on Instagram the other day. She had posted women only give relationship advice, go, and I went through the comments and I screenshotted like maybe like 80 different
You
things.
got something on you right
I got
now?
a lot, but I'm gonna show y'all later because I'm gonna use it. But I ended up DMing her and was like, do not delete this post, or at least let me screenshot enough before you take it down. And she was like, nah, I'm going to keep it up. But I was just, every paragraph was good that the women were saying.
They get great advice.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think that album is more so that, because the first, Before the Heartbreak, was just kind of what I was going through. But this one is not just me. I use voice memos. Like, there's a conversation on there with my old manager and his wife arguing. And I was in the car and I just put my phone on voice record and I was like, damn, she's saying something real. She was complaining about she caught him cheating multiple times, but she was like, I ain't even mad at it now. It's just the fact that you was whining and dining. Like, she was like, you should have told the girl, you know, fuck me, suck me, and go home. Why you gotta fall in love with the bitch? And I thought that was real dialogue. And that made me record it, because I'm like, yo, she actually has a point. And then he had a point with saying, yo, baby, it ain't that easy. Like, sometimes you want to get that girl that's hard to get, and you can't come at her like that.
He was justifying it? Like,
yeah, he did. Like, they had a very mature gangster conversation, and his counter it wasn't right, but it was
honest.
From a man, it was like, yo, I said, Dale, he's right. Like, you can't always just say, yo, ma, come. Every girl ain't going for that.
But wife. I had to wine and dine in order to get the coochie.
He
what
said,
about the question of why did you cheat to begin with?
Yeah. Well, that's a whole
that skit didn't get that deep, but I used it. I mean, even they know it's on there, and they laugh about it and stuff.
Wow. What skit is that?
It's on. Let me see.
Here you go.
Yeah, it's on. That skit comes on. Let me see. It's around the middle of the album. I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. I'm gonna find it.
Okay. Hey, let's play something from the album. After the Heartbreak. What song do you want to play?
After the Heartbreak. I mean, you can go with Catching This.
Catch and Miss?
Caption This.
Oh, Caption This.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the third. That's a good one, too.
Lit.
Yeah, I like this.
Produced by Vintage Jag.
You're real clever on this one.
Yeah.
Did you want to spit today?
Do whatever, man. We could do a little song.
Okay.
We could do a little song.
You said, I did that.
You know, for you. You know, for you.
Okay, let's get it.
I was telling people in my other interviews, like, I really only like doing it for Sway, for real.
There it is.
Everybody asked me because of you.
Yeah?
Yes, man. Like, people with like 4 subscribers. We drop something, man. We saw your Sway. Like,
You know what? Caption this.
Sway in the morning. Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Caption this, yo. After the Heartbreak. It's out now. Irie the Kid.
Caption this.
Ooh.
This. Facts on.
so you really can't even hear the auto tune like that either.
Nah.
Yeah, vocals
That's some
better.
auto tune
Show
right
off,
there?
Can you hear it?
No, I don't even
You
hear
don't
it.
hear no robot on my shit.
You mix all your stuff, right?
I record.
Okay.
My boy, Aoki boy, mixes everything.
Taught himself how to record, learn to use Pro Tools. Irie the Kid, 888-742-3345. DB.
I want to go back to when you were talking about how you got paid because you were streaming high and you weren't worried about the income. And we just had Lil Dicky here who also talked about he would see the revenue from like some of his singles, but it wouldn't be until much later. Yeah. So I wondered if you could just talk about how nowadays people think that you just put a song out and automatically you're just going to see like a ton of money come your way. But can you break down like how the income comes to artists nowadays when you do stream?
I mean, anybody that knows, all income takes about, from streams, you got to wait 2 months, period. Whatever you drop in January shows in March, right? So most like TuneCore and that stuff comes like early in the month. Some of the other ones report like on the 15th to the 20th. So that's how that comes in. But a lot of artists don't even know they own like UPC codes. They don't.
You got to explain what a UPC code
exactly.
is. So you just got real technical.
Ask your next like 20 artists that come in here. I guarantee maybe one will show you. I doubt even that. Say pull up your UPC codes and your ISRC numbers. He might say, "What is that?"
Yeah, what does that stand for?
And if you don't know that nowadays, you wilding, because the game is better than it's ever been, because that connects to everything. So, you know what I'm saying? I like, me and my manager, like, we go typing all this stuff in and register and everything. And
besides, what
I
you
like
got to
being
explain?
hands-on.
What is the UPC code?
You don't want to give up that game.
No, I do. No, I do.
Yeah.
I hate niggas like that.
Yeah,
because it's
real.
already out. I'm not hiding nothing I didn't create. I'm not doing that.
Word. Thank you, Sasha.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. So the UPC code is basically like what back in the day. I think you actually had to go pay for it separate. But now, remember when Ho was like, "Yeah, we working on getting our own distribution." Remember he had that when he was younger and shit. Like, we killing the game. We working on our own distribution. It's not like that anymore. Like now, when you go to TuneCore, as soon as you upload your project, they automatically give you the ISRC number and the UPC code. So the UPC code is usually for the album. Every song has an ISRC number. It's like Social Security. every song is like a human now, and it just goes and it goes. So it can connect to your SoundCloud. It can go when you go on Sound Exchange and they go collect your royalties. They ask you for those numbers. You can't even submit it without those numbers, you know. And then you can give yourself a pub deal now on TuneCore. They give out pub deals, so you can do all of these things.
Publishing.
Yeah, you can get yourself a pub deal.
And for those who a UPC code would be the equivalent to like a barcode.
Yeah.
That we would put on albums back in the day, and those barcode codes were created to eradicate the bootleggers and the imitators.
Right.
And so the barcode, when your project is signed a barcode, you could tell how many units are being sold specifically for that particular project.
Yeah.
And so now in this digital age, similar to that is the UPC code.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people do not know it. And it's for those who don't know it, that to me is kind of a mechanism for you not to know how much money you really have out there,
you don't know.
and how well your project is really doing. So people get a lot of views and a lot of streams, but don't even know that money is due to them.
Yeah, it's a very common thing. I mean, it's in retail. Everything is, they have their own UPCs. You go buy a jacket, you go buy a T-shirt, you go buy that tag. If you look, there's the UPC number right there. You got to scan it, and that's how they keep track.
M. Diamond is on the line from Dallas. You got a question? I mean, Diamond. Yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
Yo. Hey, first of all, bro, I'm a big fan, bro. I've been listening to you since the Slum Lord days.
Oh, okay. King Kevin days. Okay, that's what's up. That's love, bro. You know, it's funny. I ain't make a dollar off that project.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah. Because K-Camp's team had at that time they distributed it, which is why I hadn't did any more Slumlord stuff after that. But that's crazy you say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, bro, that's classic though, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
My question was, man, who did you listen to in the South, like? Growing up, you know, who was your influences? You know, is there any from Texas? You know, I'm from Dallas. Like.
Okay, from Dallas. Okay. So after the first people I got on in Atlanta was, it took me a while to get used to the South after I was from New York. So the first person I would say Andre 3000. Andre 3000, Aquemini. T.I., he had a song called Still Ain't Forgave Myself. Kind of changed me a little bit. Made me really appreciate Atlanta. And then 3 6 Mafia, bro, like anything them niggas came out with, even the reserves on that group, anything they had just was like, it made me want to, like, I don't know, especially in the car.
Yeah.
3 6 Mafia, Outkast, well, more Andre 3000.
Yeah, and then T.I.
And yeah, of course, the early tip, like, yeah.
Hey, Diamond, thank you for your question, man. Also, man, he got the project After the Heartbreak is out now, and also get that Emancipation Proclamation. We're going to call verbatim. We're going to play that in a second. But, man, before you go, bro, it's always good to see you.
Yeah.
It's always an education. And when it comes from another artist, I think it sticks more to other artists that are tuned in.
Yeah.
So thank you for that transparency. And I also like the way you handled your business. And one of the things you said I thought was really important, you took the emotion out of it when you were approaching Baby from Cash Money, when you wanted to pivot in another direction. A lot of times people don't take that emotion. They let that shit spill out on that social media, and then you just make it a whole convoluted
Wrong people
situation.
in their ear.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, go public, or bro, go. They don't gotta be like that. That make it drag out longer.
Yeah, make the.
I mean, who you know really that got out of like separated itself from Cash Money or any label in like 12 months.
Yeah,
like that. I mean, I don't really know too many without. I ain't go to court, none of that.
And you're still successful. And a lot of times in business, everything you do isn't necessarily a success, but you learn from it.
Yeah.
And you make it what it need to be. But before you go, though, I read a kid. You know what it is here on Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. Some of these basic fundamentals we never gonna let go. This is what built this culture, homie. I don't care what you streaming.
Yeah.
I don't care about that merch you got on right now. You didn't bring us any.
I got you. I'm about to order to go. I got
okay,
you.
so Wonder, drop a beat on them, man. You in the Valley of the Hyena.
Okay.
Let's go, my guy.
You turn me up a little bit. I'm a little
turn
low.
Them up,
I'm a
turn
little
them
low.
up. There you go, man. You know how that works, okay?
Yeah. Okay, them lames just play. I came this day. How many rappers you heard that name flip Sway? And I can't just take their advice. I can rap so long, I'll turn Sway in the morning to Sway at night. Wait, I might work this hard up, this hard. And I don't just talk this way, I talk to Sway. I often pray, of course I make about a bag a day. Cal got the 40, I told him to put the Callaway. but you ain't know that's his last name. On my back so long, I got back pain. And nigga, don't bother. Just one call and you dead. Like leaving your crib without the phone charger. Beats like no father. See, I could show you how to ball like Coach Carter. I'm smarter, Pacquiao got the strong piff again, but your weed all mid-range. Sean Livingston, get it in, work for me. That's a fair job. Need a queen, no string attached, like AirPods. Dear God, listen, I know you hear from me. I'm a bit confused. The devil just said a prayer for me. This that dope drift. You ever share clothes with your brother, even though the shirt don't fit? I worked on this, sweating tears for like 11 years, saying fuck it, cause a thug never cares. I was never there. If the cops asking, it's no longer do you got bars, it's do you got captions. And watch after my kids if I don't make it. I can't quit, I'm still standing. Ovation, open cases, assault with a firearm. Thought he wasn't getting out, the judge kept denying bond. Them girls don't start, might catch them wall with they pants down like Cam Cohart. The feds got him, but my man won't talk. Came back with a vengeance like them same niggas Thanos fought. I can't go lost, steady trying to take days from you. You ain't really popping till they a fake page of you. They want you to die the moment you up. Holding you down, holding you up. I'm blowing it up. Can you catch right now? Yeah.
Sayonara, kid.